Hello, friends. We are in Clinton, Connecticut. And first of all, a big shout out to Lorna with Airbnb. Lorna's cottage is called Cheerful Cottage with Views of the Beach. And she sponsored this episode. And we will show you this cottage. We're standing in it right now. We'll show it to you a little bit later on in this episode. It is gorgeous. I kid you not. It is gorgeous and is sitting right across the street from the North Atlantic. In this episode, we'll show you, first of all, Madison, which is a nearby town. We came through there yesterday. Want to show you some things from Madison. We're kind of close to New Haven. We're not going to go up to there. We planned on going to New Haven, but we looked around, or I looked around Clinton a little bit yesterday afternoon. I said, man, we have got to show the folks this town. It is gorgeous. And also, we'll show you the sunrise this morning. I got up bright and early and went out on the beach and filmed the sun coming up over the North Atlantic, and a gorgeous sunrise. Can't wait to show that to you. A lot to see in this video, and we thank you for joining us on the journey here at Jeannie Renee Travel Adventures. Madison is a town in New Haven County, Connecticut. Sitting on Connecticut's Long Island Sound shoreline, you can see Clinton just down the coast, located in Middlesex County. We'll get to Clinton after we show you the gorgeous Airbnb that we stayed in a little bit later. But first, let's look at Madison. Madison was settled in 1641, initially called East Guilford, until it was incorporated as Madison in 1826. Guess who it was named after? It was named after James Madison, the fourth president of the United States. Population of Madison, around 18,000. Madison is a very walkable downtown, filled with everything from bookstores to coffee shops, boutiques, and antique stores, restaurants, banks, the post office, everything that anyone could want. It's a very nice town to visit or to call home.
Recall when we were young, running from all things at once, without thinking twice. And I knew it would catch up, and that we would be the ones left behind. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. This road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time. Time is gone and I grew up. I somehow made it through without losing sight. And I still wonder where you are, and if you found a way out from the dark. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. And this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time. Bruises, they come and they go, and we have to try and keep up, 'cause this life's so much more. Seek me out.
In the local cemetery is a statue dedicated to the memory of those from Madison who died in the Civil War battles at Fredericksburg, Chancellorsville, Antietam, and Gettysburg, dying to preserve the United States of America. Before we get to the town of Clinton, we'd love to give you a tour of Lorna's place, where we stayed several days. Lorna's place is described as a cheerful cottage with views of the beach, and let me tell you, it does not disappoint. It is gorgeous and is tastefully decorated inside and out. As you enter the front door, you are immediately overcome with a feeling of peace, of contentment, of being, well, home. Downstairs, there's the living and dining areas, the kitchen, a laundry room, and bathroom. Up the stairs are 3 bedrooms and 1 bath. The size is perfect, and everything that you could possibly need has been provided by Lorna. Located in a quiet community just across the street from the coast, but near enough to town that it's an easy commute to shop or pick up incidentals. There's an area in the front if you have children, and in the back, a wonderful sitting area with a fire pit. We highly recommend Lorna's Place for your visit to Connecticut, and thank her for sponsoring this episode of Jean and Renee Travel Adventures. We'll put a link in the comments and description section so that you too can enjoy this wonderful maritime New England cottage. Got up early this morning to look out at the ocean, actually at the bay that leads into the North Atlantic Ocean, and see the beauty of creation. through the clouds, you can see the first rays of the morning sun as seagulls fly over the water. It's in the 30s this morning. It's cold. Connecticut, November, on the water. Wouldn't want to live here because of the cold. I do love the area. It'd be great in the spring, summer, and early fall. But for a morning like this, it doesn't get any prettier than this. And so begins the sun's march across the sky, marking another day. There it is. There's the sun. Good morning. Okay, let's go see what the day has to bring. We're going to go into Clinton and look around some. We're in Clinton, Connecticut. We're getting ready to go in the outlet mall, and you'll notice something here. There are a lot of Subarus around here. There's ours in the middle. That's the funny thing about it. You go to Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, all up here, and there are a ton of Subarus. Must be a reason for that. Now, this time of year, at most all the stores and areas we've been to, they are doing construction of some type. And I guess it's before the winter sets in, do what they're going to do. And so that's no exception to the rule here. They're doing some work. If it wasn't so cold, I know where I'd be sitting right now. At the center of the colonial settlement, this stream winds south through salt marshes to the harbor. Shipyards stood on its banks in the 18th and 19th centuries. Portions of the Jariet Elliott House date from 1710. One room served as an early post office. Andrews Memorial Town Hall. This graceful Georgian town hall was given by native son William Stanton Andrews in 1937. Inside are town offices, a theater, the Clinton Historical Society Museum. Near the street stands a memorial to those who served in our nation's wars. Illingworth farmer George Eliot built this gracious home in 1783. In past years, it was moved slightly south to allow widening of the road. At that time, its large central chimney was removed. Once the home of Eli Augustus Eliot, president of the New Haven and New London Railroad, state senator, and brigadier general of artillery, this house dates from 1739. It is known as Milestone House because of the road marker placed on the street in front by Benjamin Franklin, indicating 25 miles to New Haven. This building was once Clinton Garage. The surging popularity of the automobile inspired this architectural response in 1925 when Tony Fettig built this early garage and showroom. The next two houses are known as Kelsey houses. Josiah Kelsey in 1820 built it as a shoemaker's shop. Later it became Melodeon Factory. Next door dates from 1760, replacing an earlier home. The porch and dormers were added in the late 19th century. At 96 East Main is the Eli Kelsey House of 1790, at one time a tavern and quarters of Trinity Masonic Lodge. Between 90 and 92 on East Main is a plaque honoring William Kelsey, one of the town's first settlers. Lemuel Wellman built a one-story Cape Cod here in 1792. Additions through the years expanded to its present form. It has been occupied by generations of Wellmans until recent years. Built by Nathaniel Williams, Jr. as a salt box in 1763, it became in 1787 the home of generations of Peck and Hull families. The porch and the ell were added in 1881. This small 1710 cape was erected by Captain W.H. Williams, who served with a British regiment in the French and Indian War, and was an uncle of William Williams, who signed the Declaration of Independence. A rare 18th century stone smokehouse previously stood behind the home. It has been moved across the street to the Clinton Historical Society. This cannon saw service during the War of 1812 to 1815 and is dedicated to the patriots of this town who defended their coast from British invasion, placed September 10, 1925 by the Women's Relief Corps. Also erected by the Women's Relief Corps and the citizens of Clinton, this statue is in memory of the soldiers and sailors who fought to preserve the Union, 1861 to 1865. And it reads, "For the dead, a tribute. For the living, a memory. For posterity, an emblem of loyalty to the flag of their country." This statue is in honor of the good and learned Abraham Pierson, first president of Yale College, 1701 to 1707, pastor of Killingworth Church, now Clinton, 1694 to 1707, the time of his death, beloved and regretted by all. Thank you for joining us on the journey as we explore the towns of Clinton and Madison, Connecticut. Beautiful examples of the gorgeous areas of New England. Thank you so much, Lorna, for sponsoring this episode of Jean and Renee Travel Adventures. I'll put a link to the Airbnb, her cheerful cottage with views of the beach, in the comments and in the description section. If you like this video, we would sure appreciate it if you would subscribe, hit the like button, and share it. Our next stop will be in Boyerton, Pennsylvania.